This is it. Don't get scared now.
You know what that means, guys.
Well, anyway, that's Castlevania for you. Good game, but holy fuck is it hard. Now, as promised, we're gonna plow through the rest of them, all the old school Castlevania games, the ones that I grew up with.
Genius.
Next on our list is Castlevania 3, which in many ways is the true follow-up. No, I already reviewed that game. So anyway... No. Stop. Stop. Stop!
That's sort of how I feel right now, too. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Game Reserve. My name is Jager Newman, and I'm the War in these bards. And we're headed back to the world of Castlevania to check out the second game in the series, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. This game was released in 1987, I want to say, and is the second game in the Castlevania series. Now, the original Castlevania wasn't the same blockbuster seller that Mario or Zelda was, but it was still popular enough at retail, and it did quickly develop a devoted legion of fans. So, Konami immediately started work on a sequel to the game. However, Simon's Quest sort of came in at an awkward time in the industry, a time before video game developers had a clear idea of how to do a video game sequel. Today, we know how to do a video game sequel. You basically take the same core gameplay, made some tweaks to it to improve the experience, and then, just include some new level design or mission design or whatever have you. However, back in the day, people didn't really understand that. It was the same thing with film sequels at the time. Like, what are you going to do? Are you just going to make the same game twice? I mean, like, are people going to want to play that? So, for Castlevania 2, they ended up doing something completely different from the original game. And though Castlevania 2 would still be popular in its day, getting positive marks from critics and selling reasonably well, in retrospect, people haven't been too kind to this game. And it hasn't really had the same lasting appeal that the original Castlevania and its sequel, Castlevania 3, did. Especially in light of Symphony of the Night when the series shifted to the Metroidvania style of play. However, Castlevania 2 would find new life in 2004, I want to say, when it became the first video game to be covered by now legendary internet personality James Roth, who you guys probably know best as the Angry Video Game Nerd. I've always said that it's primarily because of AVGN that Castlevania 2 would find its new place in history, as because of him, Castlevania 2 has sort of gone down in history as one of the most famously bad games of all time. And as you guys all know, after the nerds started posting stuff on YouTube, there began a whole new subgenre of videos on the platform, which was basically just nerds ranting about bad games on the NES, which is played a big hand in the revival of the whole retro movement in gaming. And, I can't deny that influence. I mean, I probably wouldn't have started this channel if I hadn't grown up watching AVGN. Because of that, Simon's Quest has sort of become one of the most popular games to rip on for reviewers like that. However, I can't say I was really excited to cover it. You guys know how I feel about, playing bad games just for the sake of riffing on them. I much prefer to look at games that are good and encourage people to play them, rather than just have a good time making fun of a game because of how bad it is. However, I've always said that if you want to understand good game design, you also need to understand bad game design, and there is a lot of bad game design in Simon's Quest, so I feel it just needs to be addressed. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it with Decent title screen, though. I feel like the subtitle is overpowering the main one. Step into the shadows of the Hell House. You've arrived back here. Business. I didn't have a chance to read all that. Let's just go ahead and start. I'll explain what the story is later. Okay, so the plot of Castlevania 2 takes place after the original game. Simon has defeated Dracula, and in the years that follow, he's found that his wounds are healing very slowly, to the point where they're not healing at all. And then, before long, other monsters start appearing in and around Transylvania. So it's very clear that something is going on. Simon is eventually informed that Dracula has placed a curse on him, and now he has to find all of Dracula's remains so that he can revive Dracula, kill him, and break the curse. I don't really have much to say about that plot. I mean, it's not very good, but I mean, it is probably why they decided to focus on Simon's ancestors for later games. Alright, first thing we always start with are the controls, and right away we have my first issue with this game. The controls are exactly the same as they were in the original game. So yeah, it's stiff movement. Simon doesn't build up any momentum. He can only jump straight up or straight forward. And the whip is the same. So yeah, the controls were something a lot of people complained about with the original Castlevania, so it should have been the first thing they addressed, but they of course chose not to do that. Anyway, let's get a move on here. And then it's only fair to warn you guys that I have no idea what I'm doing here. I have only played Castlevania once in my life, Castlevania 2 once in my life. Did not enjoy it. This is the first time I've ever come back to it. Yeah, the most famous or infamous aspect of this game, and that is the day and night cycle. So essentially how it works is that you're on a timer, and when that timer reaches a certain point, it switches from day to night. Now, at night, enemies are tougher and all the shops are closed. Now, what do I mean by shop? Well, that's the thing about Castlevania 2. It's not a linear platformer like the original game is. It is instead a non-linear adventure game where you have to explore Transylvania in order to, you know, find items, upgrades, and complete certain tasks until you make it to the end of the game. Now, that actually sounds really cool, I'd imagine. However, the thing is that it's not done terribly well here. Castlevania is famous for its cryptic design. It's almost as bad as the original Zelda in a sense. Actually, as a matter of fact, I would say it's worse because, you know, everything here is just very obtuse, and it also doesn't help that most of the hints you get in this game are not helpful in the slightest. In fact, some of them are actually straight up lies, something even the developers have admitted to. It's definitely not the Vintagevania style of gameplay that you would expect from this. The hearts aren't ammo for your weapons anymore. Instead, they're currency, so you need to collect hearts in order to buy upgrades and everything. Alright, let's see if I can go into the shop now. Well, this is a church. You have anything to say, guy? I guess that replenishes your health, that's a good thing. Do you have anything to say, guy? A crooked trader is offering bum deals in this town. Okay, what does that mean? Actually, I know what it means. Someone is selling things for an outrageous price. And who are you? Wait, I want the white crystal. Did I get it? Yeah, I did. I'm surprised they had that many hearts already. What say you, guy? I should probably get that too, shouldn't I? So now I have a sub-item. Though in this case, it's still pretty clunky because in order to use it, you still gotta push up with the attack button. Something else that was clunkily designed from the previous game. But to be honest, I don't know how they could have made it better either, so I shouldn't complain too much. They did only have a handful of buttons to work with. Okay, where's the town of Barrows? Oh yeah, this game doesn't have a map screen either, so that makes it hard to figure out where you're at. The what Wall of Evil? They're telling me the name of all these places, but I don't know what they're talking about. 13 clues will solve Dracula's riddle. Okay, what does that mean? Okay. Alright, what have you got, guy? Sure. Okay, I don't have enough hearts for that, so I guess I gotta... I think that's everything I can do in town for now, so... Guess we'll head out of town. What, no hearts? It's some pretty kick-ass music. For one of the worst games in the Castlevania series, it really does have a great soundtrack. Several of these tracks would appear in later Castlevania games, and you can definitely see why. Still got a nice variety of enemies too, which is always great. Ah, he's just out of range. Ah. And then that has to happen, like, that... The nerd has always said that's his most, least favorite aspect of this game, because all it serves to do is interrupt the gameplay, and I am in complete agreement to that. See, and I can't even get that heart now, what the hell? You might be wondering why I'm throwing the holy water. It's because I'm afraid there might be traps down there. There are a lot of, invisible holes in these floors, so you gotta be careful. It's probably why you get the holy water so quick, so you can check for that stuff. Definitely want to take the time to get the hearts, too. There's so many of these guys. Okay, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make this jump. I certainly hope so. Ah! Yeah, that's another one of the big issues I have with this game. The level design can be really sloppy at times. Like, you can see me, as I'm playing the game, just inching my way up to the side as far as I can go to where one of Simon's feet is off the edge. The reason for that is some of these gaps are just spread a little too far. So it's not like in Castlevania where, you know, you can take your time to get across all these things. Not take your time, just hop across. Because they didn't take the time to really measure out the distance for Simon's jump. And it can lead to a lot of unfortunate deaths too. Despite this being a non-linear game, there are still bottomless pits and everything, which is very ass backwards, not something you should be doing. And this is one of the first, what is it? One of the first mansions where you find Dracula's, one of his remains. But as you can see, there's no way for me to go here, so all I can do now is just leave and continue on, and hopefully remember where that is. It's still fun to strike enemies with the whip, though. Just that wind-up is so satisfying. Check for traps. Ah, crap. Crap! Ah, this doesn't look good. Hopefully it switches to day here soon. There it goes. And I'm dead. So that just started me back there, so what exactly did that do? You know, I'm not really sure, now that I think about it. I seem to recall, you know, losing all your hearts when you die, but I still have everything. At least I think I do. So I'm not sure, you know, what the penalty for death is. Do I have lives? I don't have lives. It's so tedious that you have to do that, but it's better than the alternative, which is falling down a pit that you didn't know was there. I'm sure some NES vets are watching this and saying, why are you doing that? Don't you know where all the pits are? It's so obvious. And to anyone who says that in the comments, how many times have you actually played this game? I've only played this game once in my life. And it's not the type of game that I had desire to play again, obviously. What's the point of coming over here? There's nothing over here. So I just wasted my time. At least I know there's no pits this way. Enough with the eyes. You guys aren't even giving me hearts. Oh, there's one. Why did I get the sense it's gonna be a pain in the ass jump? Okay, do I just walk? Oh. Well, it's a good thing that there was something below me there. Okay, so I don't need to go back up that way. And we got another jump here that I just know I cannot reach from right here, where you would think to jump. So, edge to the side, and see if I can make it. Which I can, thankfully. Ah, crap. Get! Ugh, you bastard! That is not a good place for that. Well, I made it to another town, so hopefully there's something useful here that I can afford. Or it could just be an empty house. Great. Didn't someone already tell me that? Where is Berkeley Mansion? They told me the same damn thing. Well, I do need to replenish my health. That is convenient. What does that have to do with anything? Oh great, now it's nighttime. And see, I need to visit all the shops and talk to everyone, but now I gotta wait for night to pass. Well, might as well do some laps. Ah. Okay, why does it take so much to kill a frickin' bird? Oh, so it's if you get a game over. Yep, there go all my hearts. That's what... You do have lives, so... Now that I burned through all the lives, if I die, now I lose all my hearts, so now I can't do anything in this place. Like... God, that sucks. Might as well just stay here. And this is often what the game boils down to, just staying in a spot where you feel safe and confident that you're not gonna, you know, take any real damage and just grind for hearts. It's tedious and boring. Maybe there's something I'm supposed to do it. Okay, so why is there a block here? What did I do? I don't even know why I'm questioning it. Now I hope I can actually make this jump. Oh. Haha! Take that. Definitely need to check for traps here. Always want to grab the hearts. Yeah, it's got the classic NES bullshit of enemies respawning if they get anywhere near the edge of the screen. Ah! Maggot. Some major slowdown there, too. At least these enemies are going down with one shot. Oh great, a dead end. That's great. Oh, See, that's why I threw the holy water. Throw it here, nothing goes through. But you throw it there, a new path is exposed. That's why I'm constantly throwing the holy water, because that can be at the bottom too. Though there does not appear to be anything over here, so what was the point? It's just bad level design. Ah! You gotta stay away from those blobby things. Those guys are very aggravating. So are these jumping gargoyles. Yeah, that's tedious. You stay away. Another dead end. What was the point? Ah, great. Oh wait, there was something over there? Well, I guess so it's a good thing there was a trapdoor there that I didn't check for. Yeah, it was a dead end. I gotta go through all that trouble again. Ah, man, I am so about to die right now. See, like, what's even the point there? That's just beginner's trap. Ah, crap. Please tell me that's not game over. It is. Oh, there go all my hearts. Okay, why are the bones leaving fire? Alright, let's go talk to that cloaked figure. I hope they're not expecting me to buy anything. Said it wasn't a big enough pain getting here. Fortunately, I can't go that way. Would be nice if I could just drop off the stairs. That could have been something that would have been easy to program. At least I know I'm on the right track to getting started. Take advantage of the fact that the enemies respawn in order to quickly build up my hearts. I only need a handful more. Mercifully at only 50. Why enemies don't always give you hearts is beyond me. Okay, good. I have my oak stake now, but I can only use that once, so I need to be sure I save it. Alright, let's head down. The flame flickers inside the ring of fire. The hell does that mean? Yeah, the hints in this game just are not helpful in the slightest. And as I said, some of them can be flat-out lies, too. A lot of people think it was due to poor translation, but the original Japanese developers have said that was the case in the original Japanese version as well. In a game like this, you can't have NPCs lying to you. That's, you know, one of your There's one of those trapdoors, and I threw the holy water and I missed it. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Did I just... Have I just done a loop? Ah, jeez. I'm back where I started. I gotta go around the horn again. What point does this serve? It doesn't make the game better. It makes it annoying. Alright, so this is where you use the oak stake. You now possess. And if I'm not mistaken, they misspell possess every single time, so yeah. So I got Dracula's rib, so I got somewhere. Thing about that is it actually gives you a shield too, which protects you from projectiles, I think, so that's at least kind of cool. So, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Now, based on what you guys just saw with me playing, it might seem like this is a game that, you know, you can play without a guide. After all, I was able to find Dracula's rib without much issue. However, believe me, as the game goes on, it just becomes more and more frustrating. It becomes more and more obtuse. The NPCs become less and less helpful. And the constant annoyance of having to grind for hearts, the day and night cycle, the fact that you lose all your hearts if you die and lose all your lives. It's just... From start to finish, it is just so aggravating. Like Castlevania 2 is one of the worst games I have ever played. But at the same time, it's also one of those games that's fun to play because of how bad it is. Like it's fun to talk about everything that the game does wrong. And you know what? It did play a big hand in the development of what would become the Metroidvania genre. This is definitely within the same vein as Metroid or The Legend of Zelda. But whereas those games are sort of showing what you need to do it right, this game, not so much. It's more or less a case study on what not to do if you're making a non-linear 2D action side scroller. So weirdly enough, I still do recommend it, but really only to fans of game design and hardcore fans of the Castlevania series.